Gotti was in the streets for real in Memphis, bro. Like, I ain't saying it because I'm saying to him. I just keep it real. If he won the street, nigga, I'd say he ain't in the street. He was in the streets, bro. Like,
defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment. Ms. Johnson, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Yes, sir. Is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Dolph, you a soft ass nigga. You nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, say you got a problem. Shake nigga. Ain't no more king of Memphis. You ain't king of South Memphis. You ain't from the city.
I feel like, man, whatever you do wrong must come back around in a circle. Just like you know what I'm talking about? If you did wrong and everybody know it's blatant, the truth is out in the open. You sent that type of energy towards the Young Dolph way, and you got no Young Dolph knocked off. And it's just what it is.
You said he got Young
Dolph knocked off. Yeah,
okay.
Because the energy he put out
said
there.
that. No, I mean, okay.
Because the energy he put out, if he ain't put that type of energy out, it wouldn't have never ended up just like that.
Blac Youngsta is done with the loyalty games, and now his name is being tied to Yo Gotti in ways that got the whole scene looking shaky. Word is CMG might be crumbling from the inside out, and fans are finally noticing cracks in the foundation that was once seen as solid. The whispers are growing louder, saying the real truth behind Young Dolph's death is beginning to leak out piece by piece, and that's where the tension comes in. Allegedly, Yo Gotti and Blac Youngsta ain't moving as tight as before, and the streets are buzzing with shock over it. Why? Because everybody remembers how Youngsta used to go all out for CMG and Gotti, especially during that heated beef with Dolph. He wasn't just a soldier, he was a loud voice disrespecting Dolph even after his death, turning up both in the streets and on socials, showing the world where his loyalty stood. But now the same Youngsta looks like he's stepping away from the CMG family, and fans can't stop asking themselves, what went wrong? Did betrayal creep in? Could this crack in the armor end up turning deadly in the long run? Just a few days ago, Blac Youngsta had everybody talking when he went viral after scrubbing CMG from his social media bio and claiming his independence loud and clear. For some, it wasn't that shocking. After all, people remember he pulled the same stunt last year right before Gotti's birthday, only to turn around and show up at the party anyway. But this time, the energy feels different and the questions feel heavier. But this time, the vibe hit different, like Youngsta is really done for good, no turning back. He's been out here taking shots, calling out fake CEOs, fake brothers, and fake loyalty. And of course, everybody's tying those words right back to Yo Gotti. The block is on fire with chatter, and theories are flying from every direction because when somebody that close to the CMG machine starts talking reckless, it always means there's more going on behind the curtains. One of the loudest theories connects it straight to the Young Dolph case, the one that shook the city to its core. People can't stop bringing up Hernandez Govan, the same man prosecutors once painted as the mastermind who ordered the hit on Dolph. Now that he just walked free, the streets are buzzing even louder, wondering who's really behind what happened and why the timing of Youngsta's move feels so suspicious.
Defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment. Ms. Johnson, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Yes, sir. Is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Word on the street is that Hernandez Govan wasn't acting alone. People say he was the middleman for Big Jook, Yo Gotti's own brother, who allegedly put a $100,000 hit on Dolph and even placed bounties on Paper Route Empire artists. That claim alone turned the city upside down because it painted a picture of how deep the beef really went. But then in January 2024, before the trial even got its full chance to play out, Big Jook was taken out, and with him gone, a major piece of the puzzle vanished. Suddenly, the case had a giant hole, and now with Govan walking free, it's like all the smoke just blew into the wind, leaving more questions than answers. And some fans are convinced this entire shakeup is what gave Youngsta the confidence to finally step away from CMG, feeling like with the legal pressure off, he could play his cards without risking everything. It's like he looked around and thought, this is my moment, I can move now. But the biggest question still haunting Memphis is the one nobody has answered. Who really ordered the hit on Young Dolph? That's the mystery hanging over the city like a storm cloud refusing to fade. On top of that, another angle has people talking heavy. Youngsta's own history of trolling Dolph even after his death. Folks say Yo Gotti wasn't impressed by it, not because he ever sided with Dolph, but because it dragged CMG's reputation deeper into the mud. Every time Youngsta mocked Dolph, the blogs lit up, and Gotti's brand got tied to that mess, leaving him frustrated while his artist kept stirring the fire.
Dolph, you a soft ass nigga, you nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, say you got a problem. Shake, nigga, ain't no more king of Memphis, you ain't king of South Memphis, you ain't from the city.
That wasn't just a bad look, it threw Yo Gotti and the whole CMG camp under a spotlight they didn't want. People believe the constant heat from Youngsta's antics created real tension simmering behind the scenes, pressure that's only now starting to bubble over. Instead of moving quiet and strategic, Youngsta was dragging unnecessary eyes onto the empire, and the streets have been saying Gotti wasn't feeling that at all. Looking back, folks remember how deep Youngsta went during the Dolph versus Gotti war. While Gotti played it cool and stayed low-key, Youngsta was outside wild with it. He even pulled up strapped into Dolph's own hood, clearly looking for a confrontation. That moment still gets talked about today because it showed just how far he was willing to go for the cause, even when it meant putting a bigger target on his back and on CMG.
Dolph, cuz.
Where you at, Dolph?
Where you at? Where you at? We in Cash Stadium right now, we just left the store. Where you at right now, Dolph? Where you at right now?
Youngsta even went so far as to shoot a whole music video in a graveyard, rapping right in front of a tombstone that said Thornton, Dolph's real last name. That wasn't just petty, it was a straight-up taunt aimed at the man's legacy, and it set off massive backlash across the city and the industry. Fans started asking the big question, was Yo Gotti really standing behind these wild stunts, or was Youngsta moving rogue? Either way, the noise was impossible to ignore, and CMG kept catching smoke every time that clip resurfaced. Now the whispers are louder than ever. Stan G, one of Memphis's most connected voices in the streets, went on record with claims that shook people up. He said what many were too scared to admit, that Yo Gotti could actually turn on his own artist if the situation got messy. According to Stan G, the same pressure Gotti once put on Dolph could easily be redirected toward Youngsta. He even called Youngsta a send-out, the type of guy Gotti would push into reckless moves, the kind that make headlines but also carry the risk of backfiring badly.
For a long time, see, it's a long story behind Blac Youngsta. See, Blac Youngsta was hanging with one of Gotti enemies before he got with Gotti.
Okay.
So Blac Youngsta is somebody who just jump around for the money. He's just a send out. He one of the biggest send outs from Memphis. They're just keeping it real.
At first, all of this chaos kept CMG buzzing. The drama had people talking, the name stayed hot, and Youngsta played his part in keeping eyes locked on the label. But with the Dolph case still hanging heavy, Stan G's words hit harder than ever. That same role Youngsta once filled with pride now makes him look less like an asset and more like a liability. And in Yo Gotti's world, liabilities don't last long. The warning was clear for anyone watching. In this game, loyalty can be the very thing that puts you in the crosshairs, not for a moment, but for years to come. On the surface, CMG once looked untouchable. Gotti had the strongest roster in Memphis, Moneybag Yo dominating the charts, Youngsta keeping the streets buzzing, and Glorilla exploding into superstardom almost overnight. To fans, it looked like a family stacked with talent, moving together, supporting each other, and running the industry like a unit. But that picture's starting to fade fast. Moneybag Yo's buzz has cooled down. Youngsta's wild energy isn't what it used to be. And Gotti seems locked in on Glorilla as the crown jewel of CMG. But even that puts pressure on her, because right now she's the only one truly carrying the label on her back, and the weight of a whole empire is no small burden.
You might as well have at this point, because you lost all the say his last artist is Glorilla. She doing crazy because he putting a crazy bag behind Glorilla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So Glorilla, she gonna shine regardless right now. But when he go over there and dealing with them Texas boys, them folk got hit up. Them folk got hit up everywhere he go to, like the Fed watching. You know what I'm talking about? He signed that boy over there. That boy ended up going to jail.
Instead of looking like family goals, the camp's focus now feels more like survival. Who's safe and who's next to get cut loose? Fans are watching CMG closely, saying the empire that once felt untouchable is starting to unravel right before their eyes. And with Blac Youngsta creating distance in such a public way, people can't help but wonder, who's next to fall? The combination of Youngsta's distancing, his reckless past antics, and the unanswered questions about Dolph's death has the streets louder than ever. Could this really be the beginning of the end for CMG? The whispers keep building momentum. Folks are bringing back up old messages, alleged receipts, and cryptic interactions tied to the lead-up of Dolph's murder. People are piecing together dots that should never connect, but somehow keep forming a picture too messy to ignore. And in the streets, everybody knows. When loyalty breaks down, the fallout is never pretty. Some insiders are even speculating on what Youngsta really knows, what he could potentially reveal, and if that knowledge might finally bring clarity to the questions that have haunted Memphis since Dolph was killed. One fan put it bluntly, "Youngsta knows too much inside info." Another echoed the same sentiment. Ain't no loyalty on the streets, and that's where the danger comes in. Because if Youngsta flips or even just talks too much, the ripple effect could shake CMG to its core. Now the big questions stand tall. What's real and what's just street gossip? Did Blac Youngsta really snitch, or is he simply pulling back from a camp he feels is collapsing? Where does Yo Gotti truly stand in all of this? Could CMG even survive another explosive leak like this? Or has the damage already gone too far? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get the convo going, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because this story is far from over.